Hey, how in the world's everybody doing? Sorry, late again. Trying some new things out tonight again. Each time I come on here, I seem to try some new things to see what I can get. And I think I have a feed going to every place I want it to tonight. I kind of screwed up earlier on something, so I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. See who's watching on Facebook or who is watching on YouTube. We have a little bit of everything in there tonight. Definitely want to say hello to Howie. Fly Robin, Jimmy, thanks for joining in. John, what's going on? JC, thank you for joining in. Hope everything's going well. See how things are going. For John that is watching, thank you for switching that over. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. Apologize about that. I'm trying to figure a lot of this stuff out. But thank you guys for tuning in. I think we have a good show tonight. I think it's going to be some good discussions. I'm trying to keep an eye on everything. See how many people we have tuned in. Keep an eye on everything. Hope everybody's doing. If you've never watched the show before, if you just joined me, because we are on a few channels tonight that we've never been on before, or at least one, my YouTube channel, my Facebook channel, sorry. And probably when you join into my Facebook channels, you're probably used to seeing me mixing. And if you're joining in over there tonight for the first time and you're seeing just this is my music and mixing show I do each week on Disc Jockey News. It is basically an educational DJ show about the mix DJ. And we kind of try to stay on this show and focus a little bit more towards the DJs that mix, as opposed to like a wedding DJ. And I'm not saying a wedding DJ doesn't mix, but I'm saying that, you know, the kind of stuff that we talk about on the show is about the DJ who gets hired because of his mixing skills. And I'm not saying that you can or can't mix somewhere else, but that's kind of what the show focuses on, because Disc Jockey News has a lot of other shows that focus on like the wedding style DJ, and I wanted this one to be a little bit different. So we definitely want to welcome everybody. Like to say hello to my I don't even know what I could call you, DJ Scar. Him and I DJ a lot at the same places on different nights. What's going on? Thank you for joining in. Appreciate that. We got a good topic tonight. Like I said, I'm trying to keep an eye on all the chats to make sure we're up everywhere and see where we're going. But definitely, like I said, if you never watched the show before, we take a few minutes here at the beginning, and we welcome everybody into the chat, do some shout-outs, stuff like that. Then we get on to the business of the show, and I think I have a good topic tonight. I'm trying to see everything that's going on here. Whoa. That wasn't cool. Anyways, Robin says I'm lagging. How bad am I lagging? Am I only lagging on YouTube? Am I lagging everywhere or not? I can't quite tell. But we're getting a good feed on this side. We definitely got full 30 frames a second. We're not dropping anything. Good kilobyte feed all the way into the green. Hope you're all doing well. Tonight should be interesting because I'm going to show some sneaky pictures of stuff that, and let you in on some stuff that wasn't always, it's not quite known yet, totally 100%. So let me know if I'm lagging or anything. Like I said, I'm trying to keep an eye on both chats, all that kind of stuff. Everywhere we're going there on Facebook and all of that. So I appreciate everybody. Let me know what it's doing, that sort of thing, please, in the chat, whoever's watching. We got quite a few people tuned in tonight. Appreciate it. Again, we're going to do our shout-outs at the top of the hour. If you never watched this before, we just kind of see who comes in the chat, say who you are, where you're from, and do some shout-outs. Then we get into the topic of the night. We just spend a couple of minutes doing that, not too long. Seeing who's here right now. Yeah, first time over on my Facebook page, so I'm not sure who's watching over there. Picked it up. Thank you guys for tuning in there. You can comment below on the videos, and I'll be able to see that. And the same way here on the Facebook. Let me know how things are going out there. Robin, you said I'm lagging. Let me know if I'm still lagging, or someone let me know if the feed's good. All that kind of stuff. Tonight's show should be pretty good. We're going to be talking about equipment and should you buy new stuff. And I also have I'm going to be able to answer a question that was answered last week, because I was unable to answer it last week because I didn't have the ability to share one of the sub menus, and we're going to be doing that today, so I appreciate that. So, Graham, thank you for joining in. You're over there on Facebook. I see that. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. We got more people joining in. Again, that's kind of why I kind of stay at the beginning of the hour, let people come into it so we can get into the topic and we all can kind of join together, especially tonight when like I said, I was playing around with the feed or something like that, and it didn't quite kick in right when it would there. We got a question coming in from Jimmy Spin. I will definitely hit your question here in a moment, Jimmy. I just want to make sure everybody's good to go here. I asked a question in the YouTube chat. Please, someone answer it if you could, please, so that we know what's going on. We are just about ready to start tonight's topic, and it kind of goes in there with so it is lagging. Do you mean lagging as in like the video's lagging, or what's kind of help me out with what I'm supposed to be seeing here? So if there's any adjustments I can make on this end. Howie said they were kind of doing that a little bit last night. So I'm trying to kill this over here. There we go. Oh, so it is lagging that way. I'm not sure. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I really don't. Wow, that's really kind of choppy. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. There's one thing maybe I can do. I had a problem with this a while back, and I'm going to try one thing, and we'll be... I'm not going anywhere, but the video might go away. Yeah, we're checking the video here. All right, we're back. And see if that fixed the lag or anything like that. I definitely got to fix the color on this. I know this is a really weird show tonight. We're doing, like I said, we're kind of hanging a long time on here where we don't normally do that. So I appreciate you guys hanging in. It should be a good topic. Plus, again, like I said, I have pictures to show of some cool stuff that has not been seen by the public. Some of them haven't been seen by the public. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy seeing those tonight. Apologize for all this craziness and all the stuff that's going on. Let me know if that fixed it. I'm watching on the other screen over here to make sure see what fits in there. And that seemed to help a little bit. Did it not? All right, so we're going back. Let me know if that fixed that. Yeah, let me know if that fixed that, because I think it did. I think it's still choppy though. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. It has nothing to do with frame rate or anything like that. I think that has to do with the internet right now, because Howie said they had a problem last night. But we'll just kind of deal with it best I can. That's all I can do. Like I said, I have no idea any other way to fix that. I've got everything shut off, everything running the way it should there. So we're killing everything tonight. So let me know, how is everyone doing? All right, so when the screen is all red. All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about, is it time to get new gear? So whether anybody even can follow me here, like I said, we're lagging. I can even see myself lagging on this end, and I have no idea why it's lagging so bad. But we're talking about new gear. Is it time to get new gear? And tonight I'm going to be showing you a couple things, because right now, because of COVID, obviously the companies have held back drastically on releasing stuff, but they have released a few things, and I've even got some pictures of some stuff that isn't officially released yet, and one of them might even be a Photoshop edit. So we're going to see how that goes and kind of share those pictures there. Again, I apologize for this being off tonight. I have no idea why it's all choppy tonight. Normally we do really well. I kind of checked all the things that I can check. I'm not sure what's going on, why it's doing that, but we're going to move on. So a lot of people ask, is it time to buy new gear? Right now, I would like to tell you, I think you should hold off on buying gear and see what's coming out. One of the things I wanted to talk about is how quick things change. And I want to talk about that. We're just going to look at two of the devices that a lot of people ask me about, the Denon MC7000 and 4000, since I use the 7000. And you got to realize that the 7000 is 4 years old and the 4000 is 5 years old, and both of them has been discontinued by Denon. So you have to think that, between 3 and 5 years, products kind of go out of, it's old technology. So things change quickly on this, and that's one of the things that you have to think about. Do you want to buy something new, or do you want to buy something used? So as of like the 7000, like I said, is a good example. It's not saying that it won't work since they've discontinued it, what it's going to do is you can't buy any new ones, or once the new ones run out that are on stock somewhere, you're only going to be able to buy used. And that might fit a lot of you absolutely perfect, because a lot of you just don't even bother buying the new stuff. You wait for a while until the different things, all the updates and stuff like that, so that should fit you on that pretty well. But the fact that they are going to be putting out new stuff constantly and technology changes so quickly, you have to ask yourself, are you going to be doing stuff that is that you need the newest technology for? Yeah, I'm seeing this. We are lagging horribly even on this end, and I have no idea why it's doing that. Yeah, so anyways, we're going to hang in there. It'll be a short show because, like I said, we're normally doing these 30 minutes. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. So I'm going to show you two pictures here. We're going to the left screen. And the first one is a picture of DJ Laidback Luke. And in the background here, in the Denon, you can see his regular Denon right there. And then there's one behind it that does not have a screen attached to it, or it has a really small screen. And everybody was asking what that is. There is a good chance that that is a new piece of device coming out from Denon, because a while back I had mentioned to when they released the 6000 with 6000M with the motor, I said this thing would be awesome if it didn't have a screen, just using it as a media player with just any mixer you want to use. And the guy who does all the designing for Denon commented back on my comment and said noted. That's all he said, was noted. So that could be a device that they're coming up with. There has been a sneak peek video on a new Pioneer device, which is currently being generically labeled as the Pioneer CDJ 3000. And the picture I'm about to show you, I cannot tell you if it is real or photoshopped or what. All I can tell you is this is out there. They did release a tiny video. The official Pioneer officially released a tiny video showing just these blurry, quick things of it. And you could tell it was kind of in the CDJ realm-ish. But this is the picture that is kind of floating around right now. And this could be the CDJ 3000. Like I said, I've been told that someone thinks it's the Photoshop thing, but it may not be. It's hard to say. People do some really good Photoshop edits. But this could be the next device put out by Pioneer. The newest CDJ, the follow-up of the Nexus system and stuff like that. But it's the next step up. Like I said, I can't guarantee it that that's what it is. But that's kind of seeing what's going on right there. These are the things that are out there for you, and I kind of, I want you to think about whether you need new equipment or not. Like I said, I myself usually get something new about every 3 years, and I'm at my limit with the 7000. But I haven't found a replacement for the 7000 yet. I don't want to go with the Prime 4. It just doesn't fit me for what I want to do. So we'll just have to wait and see what's going on with that. What do you think yourselves about equipment and stuff like that? I mean, like, do you think it's time for you? Because like I said, there's a lot of DJs out there that DJ different types of stuff. You could be using turntables with phase, the phase system, or you could still be on the DVS system. You could be a controller person. You could be a CDJ person. You could be a standalone person. Where do you see yourself falling in on this, and where do you think that buying stuff works for you? Because like I said, as the mix DJ, part of our world has to fit with what the club is using. So if clubs switch to something new, we have to learn the new thing. So it's kind of tooled around that. Clubs a lot of times they won't advance quite as quick. You'll see a lot of them still using regular CDJs or turntables that you can either use your DVS, or you can use the phase system. As Scar so quietly mentioned in the chat, go Rain. And a lot of clubs are now using the Rain, so you're going to have to kind of stick that way. Those are the things you kind of have to adapt to in our world like that. If you're like I said, I see a lot of guys doing weddings with really small setups. That's just not going to fly in the mix world. So you kind of have to kind of deal with that and kind of see that what the kind of standard is with what we do. So I'm going to go back and grab some questions here. Somebody asked a question last week about MIDI mapping multiple things to one button. I can show you that tonight if you're in there. I'm starting back with Jimmy's question. Jimmy says the Denon 6000 vinyl platter tops, can they be used on my NS7 III, or they might work? as far as I know, they're two totally separate things. I don't think they're even close to the same. They're close in size, Jimmy, but I don't think they're set up the same. You would probably have to re-drill to get it to fit, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a dead fit. They might be the right size, but bolting them in to the housing, however that either one of those is bolted in, I'm pretty well. The 7000 comes off real easy because I've taken and changed those myself. But the 6000, I don't know how it comes off, because remember, Jimmy, it has that LED screen in the center, so you kind of have to deal with that as being part of it. So like I said, you might have to cut that. So here we go. Let's see who else is in the chat asking questions. Looking for questions. No, blaming John for this. This is not John's fault. So I have a classic now. I got to go that for me. I guess someone's talking about older equipment. Toss the 7000 my way. No, until I find something that's going to replace the 7000, I'm not, because I'm just, like I said, it's my go-to right now, and I'm hoping that Denon puts out something like that. Like I said, I'm not ready to switch to the Prime 4. It's just not what I want. I don't like the platters on it at all. So, like I said, I may have to end up switching brands if Denon doesn't come out with something, or if I want to walk away from the 7000. Do you like the 1000? We actually had two people in there. DJ Elf said, I just got the 1000 SRT Black on Friday, and I've only had like 20 gigs. I think I'm good for now. The 1000 is awesome. I've actually got to use both the 1000 and the 1000 SRT because I run virtual, so virtual works on everything, and I have literally DJ'd out in public on both of them, and they're awesome. They're really great. There are a few things here and there that that Pioneer does well that someone else doesn't do well, and there are other things that other ones do well that Pioneer does well. So again, you kind of have to find out what works for you. You're gonna be able to hold on to that 1000 for a while, because that is, you gotta understand that they just came out with that, and giving it to the Serato guys. They're gonna hold on to that for a while. Moving down the questions here, I have an SX3. If I get another controller, it would have to be full-size jog wheels, i.e. the 1000. Yeah, talking about price, that's the thing that you have to understand, that a lot of you, when you ask me questions, you ask me sometimes about the smaller equipment, and you got to understand, if you're paying less than $500 for a controller, it is not a professional level controller. You're not going to have as good a sound card, as buttons, as knobs. Things will break. It's just small. So when you're looking at spending something, for a pro level one, you're going to have to pay for the pro level one. It's like anything else. It's the same thing for those of you who are on the wedding side. If I said the same thing to you about microphones, and I would say, my microphone's fine, I paid $20 for it, and you're going to be like, no way, that's crap. It's the same thing. You kind of get what you have to pay. You get what you pay for in a way there. So you kind of have to think about what you need. And like I said, the 7000 might be all that you need for the next 5 or 10 years. I don't know. I do know other people that wanted the 7000 and the 1000, and they looked at it and go, well, there's really nothing there that's added that I don't already have. And what they see added that they don't already have means that it has all the mic hookups that I have, it has all the buttons that I have. They're not looking as it is as newer technology. They're not looking as a newer sound card, newer electronics in the sound card. They're not looking at it as larger platters, because some people don't even touch the platters. That's the kind of stuff you have to look at when you're looking at all this. That what fits you, because I did a video a while back. You even look it up. I think I did 2 of them on Disc Jockey News about how to pick the right equipment for you, because it's different for everybody. So you have to kind of fit what works for you, and like I said, whether it needs to be something new or not. I'd like to change up because I like the technology. I would like to get a hold of something that does have a standalone ability, so that if a computer ever died, or if I needed to just go in someplace and I didn't have to do any kind of crazy mixing, I could run without the laptop, or at least have that option. But right now, like I said, with the Prime 4, I'm not real happy with it. The platters are so heavy for me, and I just don't like them. But like I said, we're going to have to wait and see. I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping. Those of you who've seen that the, what was it? The Newmark FX Platinum, or Platinum FX, however it is, came out with a controller that has the paddle effects that are like the same that are on the S9 and the 72 mixer. If they were to make a bigger version of that, one that's about the size of the 7000 with those paddle things, Newmark, that's probably where I would go next, because just having those effects the way that it's kind of the norm on, like I said, the S9 and the Rain mixers have that setup, and for Newmark to be putting that kind of setup in the center of a controller, like I said, that's probably, if they, but it's too, the one they currently have, the FX Platinum, is too small for me. So if they make something bigger, full sized, then I might go that direction. Someone here was asking a question here. I'm gonna jump in on a couple here because there's quite a few there. Someone's going back and forth between the 4,000 to 6,000. If they work for you, they work for you. Go for it. Amber's talking about that. I like the 7,000 can do versus what the 6,000 can do. I look at it this way: between the 6,000 and 7,000, or any 2-channel or 4-channel, two of the things that jump out between the 6,000 and the 7,000 is that on the 6,000 you have 4 Q buttons, and on the 7,000 you have 8 Q buttons. So something like that is an absolute essential for me. So if somebody put something out there that was awesome and it only had 4 Q buttons, or hot Q buttons, however you want to call that, it's use. I can't put it to use. I need my 8 because I use them for everything. So like I said, each thing depending on what you want to do there. 6,000 M motor platters. I'm looking to mount an MC 6000. You can rack mount them. They make a little L bracket. I think you can probably still get it online anywhere from like eBay or anything like that. And you can rack mount the 6,000. I know I have a friend of mine who has his rack mounted. Someone was saying they're looking forward to checking out the DJ Expo, the stuff there. From what I'm understanding on this, and please do not quote me on this, what I think they're going to be doing in November is that it's going to be primarily a seminar expo. Do not quote me on this. I could be 100% wrong. This is just my, that's what I'm looking for here. It's my guess, by the way things are going, that it will be, it will be a primarily, they're not going to have much of a showroom. I don't think they're going to have as big a showroom. I really do not. Joe says he does not consider the FX a professional controller. I agree with you 100%. It's probably at best a mid-line at best. But like I said, if they make a next level up one, because from what I understand, and I talked to Newmark, there will not be an NS7 IV. There will never be. They said they doubt they'll be making another NS7, NS7 with the motorized platters. So perhaps the full-size controller without the motorized platters and those paddles would be freaking awesome, I think. Someone's talking about the PC DJ DAC 2 for life. PC DJ, I tested it first time. I got an inside thing in 2000 to test that, and that made me walk away from computer DJing for a long time. It's not like that now. Trust me, that was 20 years ago. When it first came out, it was I just didn't like it. But like I said, it's better. So one of my guys just ordered the Roland 505 yesterday. Can't wait for that thing to come in. 505 is cool. I have a friend that owns that. I've also used the 808, and lots of people are leaning towards the 707. 707 has a lot of stuff for the wedding people, the kind of plugins it has, line in, line out stuff that is very unique to the 7000. Let's see here. Looking at, we got lots of people chatting tonight, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'm hoping that the lag has gotten better. I don't know. Jimmy's still talking about the vinyl between the 7000 and the 6000M. Jimmy, please put out a video when you do that. If you get the 6000M and you put the 7000 vinyls, or get the 6000M's vinyls and put them on the 7000, let us see that. Please put out pictures at least. See what we have here. Trying to see what everybody's doing, because there's a bunch of chats coming in there. A lot of questions, a lot of good stuff. I appreciate you guys so much for being a part of this each week. Like I said, that last week I kind of talked a little bit about the fact that there's so many people in the world that are just all cut down on this person, to get clicks, or make fun of this to get likes. I'm not that person. I'm going to be the person that either educates you or encourages you, and that's what I kind of want to do with this show, and I hope that I have been. So Jimmy's still talking about the NS7. He's giving us a blow-by-blow on the teardown and rebuild, with Allen wrenches. Next thing he's going to tell us what millimeter the Allen wrench is. So feel free. We got some, like I said, I started late. Again, also want to hear your input on the fact that we're trying to do this show as a half-hour show as opposed to an hour show. Let me know if you like it better as an hour show, being a little bit more relaxed, or you like the half-hour slamming, getting through stuff kind of thing. And again, I apologize for being late tonight. I'm doing some different things on that. So let me know which one you like on that, whether you like the shorter or the longer. I'm still trying to catch some of the. We got feed coming through both on Facebook and YouTube. Visual disco mix. Do you really want me to Google that? And is the person here that was here last week that was asking me about MIDI mapping multiple buttons? Are you here? And if so, I want to show you how to do that. Oh, I'm typing it wrong there. I'm looking it up. The Visual Disco Mix software. That's interesting. It looks quite old. I mean, the technology. I mean, the screen looks very. I mean, even the website looks old. I'll share it. The website even looks old, like old school style websites. I'm clicking on this. I have no idea what it's going to do. Yeah, that kind of looks. It looks like Virtual DJ 3. If it works for you, go for it. I'm not gonna tell somebody not to go with something. If that works for you, great. Okay, DJ the Dawn is here, and he asked me last week about with Virtual DJ, how do I map multiple effects to a single button? And for those of you who follow me, you know that I do a lot of MIDI mapping on the stuff that I do. I really go overboard on the stuff that I do because I want my stuff to work specifically the way I want it to work. I always say the technology should fit me. I shouldn't have to fit the technology. And one of the things on the 7000, there are 3 buttons across the top that are usually used for effects. And in the original MIDI mapping of them, they were intended to be you scroll something, switch, apply it to effects 1, effects 2, or effects 3, trigger it, adjust it, all that kind of stuff. I didn't want that. I wanted 3 effects preset, so no matter what is going on, I can press that button or any of those 3 buttons, and it triggers the exact effect that I want set up the way I want it. So it never has to. I never have to guess what's going on there. So that's what my MIDI mapping does, and I'm going to show you a little bit here. We're going left screen on the Denon, and I'm going to open up the. Okay. So one of the things with the Denon stuff is when you get into this is the mapping of the buttons, and the easiest way to do this is you figure out what because my 7000 is hooked up over here, and if I press any button on the 7000, you will see it show up right here. Okay, so if I hit the roll button, it's going to say roll mode, or if I hit the Q button, it's going to say that. So the button that I programmed to be the double effect is my FX1 button. So whatever button you want to do this on, press it, and it will say it right there. So once you find it, so we're looking for FX_on. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to look for FX1_on. And then this is what I put in there. I don't know if I can zoom in any closer, if you can see that. Hold on here. I can zoom in a little bit more. All right, so that is what I put in there, because I'm triggering 2 effects at the same time. I'm doing an echo, which is running post-fader. So that means that when I pull the volume down, the song volume goes away, but the effect volume continues. So the flanger is put in there because the echo is a wider, I don't even know what I'm looking for there, a wider oscillation of the sound in the echo. It goes wider and smaller. And if you put the flange in there, a flange is just a really small oscillation of that. And the two of them together makes a very smooth effect, and that's why I've put them in there. So if it would be normally one of the other buttons, like the FX2, it just has one, like a backspin, or FX3 has the break start. But I do the FX1 where I have put both of them on there just by putting it in there, the regular way you put that in there, and then put an and sign, and then the second one, and when I press it, it triggers both. And that's literally all you have to do with that. So I hope that helped. Oh, okay. They were saying that was from the '90s. The software, yeah. Some of that older stuff is neat to play with because a lot of us think of this kind of technology in the past 10 years or so, but there was people using it way before we were into it. So it's kind of neat to look at some of that stuff. Somebody asked about software to check bit rates. Virtual checks bit rates. Like I tell everybody, and again, I'm not trying to sell virtual on the show. Use whatever you want to do, but anybody ask me a question, I can tell you it's in there. With the virtual My Library setup, it literally will let you go and look at low bitrate songs. It scans your whole thing and looks at the bitrate songs and then puts those in its own little smart folder saying, hey, these are all low bitrate. If you want to go do something with these, replace them or whatever. So virtual does that. He's saying yeah, like I said, somebody was saying it's older than Virtual DJ. Yeah, it's really old. Yeah, like I said, when you get into the MIDI mapping, if you have any questions about it, especially with Virtual or Serato, either one, both of them have great forums. That you go into the forums, type in what you want, and someone has probably already asked that question in both of those. However, whatever question you might have, and you might have to read through some stuff. It's not going to be like, what's this thing, and it answers you right back. You might have to dig a little bit, but both of those have great forums to go and get questions answered. Like I said, you don't even have to ask a question and then wait for someone to come back. Search the forum for the question you're asking, and I'm going to say there's almost 100% chance that someone will have already asked that question. So... again, I also want your input, so please feel free to mention if you like the half hour or you want the hour, or do you just want it to be loose and kind of go with whatever we want for this? Do you want more topic questions, or do you want just free for all? We have so many people watching tonight. I'm so thankful for everybody tuning in tonight. We have a large crowd, and last week I think we had 4 or 5 continents, so I appreciate people from all over the world. It's just it's scary to me to think about, when I was a kid wanting to have my own show, and here I am just sitting here in my studio and being able to talk to people all over the world and help them and encourage them. Technology is amazing. People down-talk technology. People my age down-talk technology a lot, and I'm like, don't you dare. It's a tool like anything else. If you're going to complain about a computer, then you might as well complain about your car and start walking somewhere. So... anybody else? Questions? Chat. See lots of people on Facebook there. Yeah, Joe, I agree with you on that. Joe asked that on Facebook, so unless you're on Facebook, you're not going to see Joe type that. But that's there. Any other questions? Restream just said that we've got an award for the amount of messages, so we've had a good chat. Let me know if you want this to be half hour, because we're right now about a half hour. So this would be the half-hour mark. So let me know if this is something that you want to see back to the hour length, or you like it this. JC says 1 hour. Like I said, feel free to drop it in the chat, Facebook or otherwise. Like I said, because I need the feedback on this. Because if it's an hour, then I don't have to bust through the stuff, and I can explain some stuff longer. Like I said, a lot of the time that we do this, I'm set up back there with my DJ equipment in front of me to be able to show mixing techniques, because that's what the show is about, music and mixing. And it's about the life of the mixed DJ and what they do on a regular basis. So feel free to drop in the chat what you think there. People dropping in all kinds of links. Somebody put in a chat room about Virtual DJ. Yeah. Like I said, both forums I think are amazing. Serato's forum, there's questions that if I can't find somewhere... in just general, Serato's forum has stuff beyond Serato. And that's one of the things I like about it. You can get stuff answered beyond the software in those things. We have 2 people said they like the full hour. Anybody else? I really want you guys to just type in whether you like, Amber says she likes the 30 minutes. We were hoping to do the 30 minutes so the people who watch on demand will tune in instead of tuning in for an hour. Most podcasts... that sort of thing are longer than 30 minutes, but I wanted to try to leave it like a normal show. I could do the hour. That's a good one there, Tom. Appreciate it. Tom said go back to the hour once a month. Like we could do a special once a month sort of thing. That's a great idea. I appreciate that. I just wanted to be here every week, because before we were doing it every other week. I want to be here every week so that I'm able to kind of be more connected with you guys. Like I said, because this us being on lockdown kind of has put a lot of people sketchy with what's going on. I don't know how your area is, but right now for ours, they changed some rules for the places where I DJ at, clubs and bars, where I'm still not going to be back right away because they put capacity from 25% to 50%, but you still can't buy alcohol unless you're buying food. So places that don't serve food can't even open and sell alcohol. And alcohol sales have to stop at 10 p.m. So we're kind of really kind of crushed on that. So like I said, I wanted to kind of try to be a way here for us to communicate on a regular basis. Again, it helps what I'm doing. It also exposes some of the stuff that I do with the DJ classes. So if you are interested in DJ classes, I do them online, and I am working up, and I told people that I promised it would be the first week of September that I would be bringing the group classes in. I'm a little behind because I'm working on a bunch of different projects right now. But probably next week I'll be doing the testing for that. So that puts me 2 weeks behind my schedule, which is usually my schedule is usually pretty aggressive. So we'll be doing the group classes that would cost you a lot less than a full-blown class by yourself, but you could come in and it's a group class through one of the conferencing softwares. You can have your controller set up. I'm going to have mine. I could go through specific nights where I'm going to say, okay, this tonight's class is about software, and this night's class is about mixing, and this night's class is about music. And you'll be able to come in and ask questions, and it would be just almost, like I said, a small class, 5 to 10 maximum, and in anything in the DJ world. So if you're interested in that, hit me up. I know several people have hit me up, and I appreciate that, and you will be contacted back once we get going on that. Another person likes an hour. DJ Day Night said, Day Night DJ said he would watch for 2 hours. I don't know if I'd want to hear me talk for 2 hours. No dancing allowed. Yeah, no dancing allowed. At ours, you can't even sit at the bar. They don't even allow people to sit at the bar. So like I said, you have to come in. You're sitting down for food, and the only way you can get alcohol is if you purchase food. So that was one of the things, even with the casinos around here. There are bars throughout the casino, obviously, and you can't get alcohol at the casino unless you go to one of the restaurants that are at the casino and sit down and order food and order alcohol with your food. So it kind of puts a real tweak on what we do hard. It makes it really hard to just to any of that kind of stuff. So any other questions here? I think, like I said, we're past our half-hour mark, like I said, that I'm trying to go to. I think we do good there. Like I said, yeah, the classes, I'll let people know when they're going on, but like I said, I'm going to do a test class at the beginning to see how it works in the group atmosphere through a conferencing software. And like I said, I've done one-on-one classes a zillion times. I do them every single week. And again, if you are interested in taking them, I do also software classes, get to know your software. There's people that have hired me. The button thing that I just showed you how to do, the people hired me to help them set theirs up. That sort of thing. I'm giving you that one for free. But like I said, I had people come on a couple weeks ago that came in, and I helped them program some stuff on theirs, buttons to do things and settings it the way they wanted it. And they, like I said, if you need a reference, there's several people that I'm sure would just jump up and say, yeah, that helped a lot. So any other stuff here? I appreciate all the input there. 1 hour. I'll have to think about the 1 hour once a month sort of thing and see how that goes. But like I said, I want to do the half hour just so that I'm able to give you guys something, and the people who are watching on demand that would be able to jump in and watch it afterwards. Because I'm trying to get my numbers up too on that to see how many viewers we get, and I'm wondering if the shorter show helps. All that kind of stuff. And as I see I'm rambling, the numbers are dying off. So I think I'm going to call it for tonight. Again, I will be back next week. Yeah, someone else talking about the alcohol after 10. Yeah, I will be back next week, our normal time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. If you want a topic for next week, hit me up and let me know about the topic that you would like to see, a certain thing. If you just want an open question, I like to do the topics. Like I said, I wanted to talk tonight about new equipment because we're missing the expo, and we're probably not going to get to see any new equipment hands-on like we normally do, because most of us, unless there's a guitar center around you or some DJ buys it, there's not a chance that you're going to be able to get your hands on as much as at the expo. So this year, I think there's going to be equipment out there that it's going to be 2 years old before I get to actually touch it, and I don't like that. But we can't do a whole lot about that. Looking at the last things there. Lots of people comment. And thank you so much, everyone, for all the stuff. Yeah, so next week, I'll be back 10 p.m. Again, thank you, guys. so much. And again, I want to be more than an educator. I want to be an encourager. It is a crazy, crazy world out there, and we've got to help each other out, and that's all there is to it. There's a difference between doing the work yourself and getting up and taking care of yourself, and there's a difference between that and insulting the person standing next to you and putting them down. That's not the world we need to live in. You can stand up for what you believe in without putting someone else down. Lift them up with you when you stand. That way we all get through it together. And that's the only way we're going to get through it. Simple as that. All right, guys, until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and God bless.